So a while back I made a video called I Don't Like Oxenfree, outlining why I, just didn't like it. It's filled with a ton of bias in my personal opinions, and there might even be a tad bit of relevant criticism in it. And I shared it on Reddit, and one person told me that I should try Night in the Woods, but that I might not like it because it's similar to Oxenfree. I'd heard a ton of good things about Night in the Woods before, so I figured I should check it out when I got a chance. I just played through it over the course of a few nights, and I'm sure you know by the title, but I liked it. It was innocent, but it dealt with hard topics and cultural issues. It was honest and heartwarming. This game is basically a mature version of Pop Tropica. Spoiler warning for Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods deals with a lot of different themes, but the most prominent is depression, and I think it handles it very well. Just about every character seems to be fighting a battle with either depression or anxiety or some sort of mental well-being issue, or just general life suckiness. That's not to say that everyone in this game is a sad, mopey person, that one's called B, but you've also got the pastor who is struggling with her faith and ethics, and Greg is a happy-go-lucky dude who inside, beneath his ecstatic demeanor, is hurting. It portrays real-life openness among not only good friends, but also acquaintances, and even strangers. As I said earlier, this game is about mental well-being, specifically May's struggle. May is, she's not doing so hot for most of the game. She tries to hide it or play it off like it's nothing, but it's very obvious that it's having a huge impact on her. The game explores the reality shift that our society has undergone in the last decade or so, where coming-of-age stories of teens just isn't quite reality anymore. I think Leonardo da Cinci puts it very well in his video on depression in video games. I would highly recommend watching not only that video, but his whole channel. It's very good. May doesn't know what the future has in store for her, and she's scared that because of her past and mental issues that it's not going to be good. All four of the main characters share this feeling to some degree. Take B for an example. She runs the family business, works hard long hours, but she can't escape it and find something better. Hard work isn't a guarantee of payoff because of what's happened to her family. The story and problems that Night in the Woods deal with are needed now more than ever, not only by me, but also by many other young adults who feel like life is hopeless and they have nowhere to go. Night in the Woods offers hope and clarity. Now I'm going to talk a bit about the characters. I loved all of them. One thing that I think separates Night in the Woods from Oxenfree is when and how it builds the characters. Oxenfree throws the kids on an island into the supernatural story right away, but with Night in the Woods, it's more of a slow burn. We get to know the characters first, we get to see everyday life with them, and because of that initial character building, I cared about and enjoyed the story so much more, even when it got a bit strange. All the characters are so unique and interesting. First I'll go over the main four. May is a 20-year-old college dropout who's socially awkward, doesn't have many friends, and has a bit of a dark past. May is funny and caring, but also clumsy and stupid. The stupid solutions she'll come up with to, say, fix a hot water tank are extremely endearing and enjoyable to watch. I love the carefree facade that she wears, and how as the story progresses, we get to see her let her guard down and understand who she is and why exactly she is where she is in life. She's always down for an adventure and to F the cops. Greg is the best, okay? Actually though, he's my second favorite character, and if I knew someone like Greg in real life, I probably wouldn't be very good friends with him, to be honest, because Greg is one wild dude. But I like that about him. His enthusiasm and arm flailing when May comes to work is so adorable. His relationship with Agnes is also really sweet, and his willingness to do the crimes is great. I also really like the light bulb smashing part. It was so nostalgic in a weird way. I've never done anything like that, but it felt like an old memory of two good friends just goofing off and being dumb together. This game made me feel something more than just sad. It left a reminiscent feeling about the good old days. But also when Greg opened up in the woods about his struggles and worries, it was good and honest, and a reminder that sometimes it's the people that look the happiest that are hurting the most. I can relate a lot to Agnes, but I'm far less hipster. He's calm, quiet, and kind. He doesn't have a loud personality like the other three, but you can tell very easily that he's a good dude. He's willing to go all out for May, and he'll tell it as it is. In my playthrough, I didn't spend all that much time with him, which I'm a bit sad about because that meant I didn't really get to know his character better. But what I did see was a total teddy bear. I thought B was a bit of a bitch at first, but she turned out to be pretty alright. B is just a sad story. Life gave her a complete shit hand with basically no way out. I don't blame her at all for being a jerk. The turning point when I went from thinking she's a bitch to realizing she's actually someone okay was at the mall with the fish fountain. This game gets friendship moments exactly right. Gloomy and grumpy all the time. That's exactly what the other three needed to balance them out. You wouldn't think that these four would be good friends, and they probably wouldn't be. But as May said, they're trapped together, and because of that, they stick together. Might as well make the best of it. These 4 characters easily could hold up the entire story by themselves, but most of the side characters are also really cool. You got Germ, a strange weirdo bird dude. He's someone I'd be good friends with, I think. Quiet and simple. Germ's pet and my favorite character, Rabies, the Trash King. He's so adorable and he has such a great origin story, and watching May talk to Rabies on the bridge were some of my favorite moments in this game. You've also got Selmers the Poet. The first few times I talked to her, I misread her name as Smellers, so that's what she'll forever be to me. I love talking to Smellers every day, hearing her usually kinda dumb poems, and just talking to May about their crap together. Mr. Chazikov seemed like a pretty cool dude. I'd like to have him as a teacher. Stargazing with him was nice, and the banter him and May shared made me happy. That's not even all the good characters in this game, but I don't want to ramble on forever, so I'll move on. Oh, but before I do, I have to say how much I love Sharkle. I always clicked on him every time I opened the computer. His laugh always made me giggle. He's so freaking adorable. Okay, I'll move on now. Night in the Woods has some good tunes in it. Band practice always introduced a new song to play in a Guitar Hero-like minigame, and by far the best song was Die Anywhere Else. I listened to a cover by DM Duroko and Game Chops, link in the description. It's pretty lit. I also want to point out a few things about the game I didn't like so much. A very small nitpick that I have is a few of the characters have pets, and like Germ, who's a bird, was talking about his pet bird. I don't know, it doesn't really matter all that much, but I just found it a bit weird that animals were talking about their pet animals. Also, I thought the ending was really weird. It wasn't nearly as unenjoyable for me as Oxenfree was, but the supernatural goat god in the hole didn't really make any sense to me. I'm not even sure if it was supposed to make sense, but the whole cult thing was kinda cool. And that's about it as far as gripes go. There's not really a lot that I didn't like about this game. One little inclusion that I really liked was the journal. Just a few sketches and a few remarks about what had happened, but I enjoyed looking back on it throughout the story and seeing how far I'd come. It also gave me a sense of what I was missing. I didn't have every single page filled out by the end. I had most, but I was missing just a few. And I never figured out what was in the safe in the extra room. But honestly, I'm okay with that. I like that there's things that you can miss in these kind of games, but I don't ever feel the need to go back and look for them when the game's over. I finished the story and I've enjoyed my time with it. Looking through the journal at the end was a reminder enough that this was a very good ride. Thank you so much for watching my video on Night in the Woods, I really appreciate it. I plan on making a few more videos in the near future and hopefully won't be taking as long of a break as I did last time. So if you stick around, there'll be more to come. See you in the next one.